Italy. This ain't Italy, this is Germany, but I'm going to Italy. Down to Switzerland, Basel, however you want to say it. I'm going to go through into Swiss at Wiel and Rhine. It is not my favourite border in the world. I could jump into France and go St. Louis, but it's a bit longer coming from this side. There's no point, because I shouldn't have any hassle at the border, because I'm empty. Yeah, so I'm going to stay Wiel and Rhine. If there's a queue, we can jump the queue. So I'm going to stick with Wiel and Rhine, but as I've said, Wiel and Rhine is never my first choice of border. And then, yeah, it's right. So I'm on the A5 now. The A5 changes to the A2. It's essentially the same motorway. It changes to the A2. Just follow the A2 all the way through Switzerland to Italy. And jump into Italy at Chiasso. Chiasso can be a bit of a pain as well. But, as I've said, because I'm empty, get to go around a lot of the nonsense. But if it was loaded, it'd be a different story. I think Chiasso is one of the most complicated, well, in fact, I think Chiasso is the most complicated Swiss border there is. It's so unnecessary. It's straightforward enough, like, but it's just different from all the others. So yeah, there's a dead fly streaked right across the windscreen where phone is. Oh well, sorry about that. I'll move you for the next bit. So yeah, A5, Bal, A2, Chiasso, Italy. Don't know what way I'm coming back yet. TBD. I spent a really miserable weekend on that service. It's about where that white gaff with the blue trailer was parked, is where I was parked. Alright, miserable weekend that was. That's my half-hour break done. I wanted to stop further down, but the services I would have made it to in the time I had I would have had to stop there. I'd have had no choice because I'd been over my time going past it. And the parking at those services isn't the best, and it's very often full. So stopped here inside, and I don't want to stop on the border because I don't want to go into that parking area. So stop there, and hopefully I can make it down and through Switzerland now in 4.5 hours, but we'll see how that goes. Border's only just down here. Sign above here now that's just blank. Don't know if you can see it, but it's got little sections in it that turn over, can open it up, and that's the sign to tell you to get on the hard shoulder and queue if they're queuing for the border back here. Already passed a couple of them as well. There is no way that I would join the back of the queue here. I'd just drive past them. If you start queuing back here, you're looking at 5-6 hours before you get down to the border. There's just no way. Sign for them services there on the right 5k. That's at the border. That services, you have to go through the border to get to them services. And this junction here for Rhine and Larak, you can cross into Switzerland at Rheinfelden as well. Rheinfelden's a good border, but they still queue really badly for it. It's not new, it's been open for years, but it's relatively new. But they still queue badly for it when it's busy. These traffic lights in the signs here is where they first hold you. So you don't block the slip road for the 98 here. Those lights will go on red and they'll stay on red for, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes. And then they'll go green, they'll let a few trucks through and then go back to red. But all it's allowing you to do is drive along the hard shoulder here and join the back of the queue, which will be down here. So this is me now. Transit, T1, T2 and Leer. Leer in German is empty. So no customs to do. I've no tax to do because it's all on the box now. It's all on the box in the window, so I don't need to get any tax. So what you'd be able to do here, if they were queuing for however many hundreds of metres back behind us, where they hold you all at these traffic lights in different sections coming down, just drive past everybody. Well, to be honest, you can just drive past everybody and drive down to the border if you want. and you're very, very, very unlucky to get turned around and sent back. It does happen, but you're very, very unlucky if that does happen to you. Or you can just wait till there's a break in the trucks. And there is absolutely no queue here. I can't remember the last time I saw it like this. Yeah, do you remember, just wait until there's a break in the trucks and just join the back of it, just jump in the gap. I can't remember ever seeing it this quiet, I've got to be honest. That is really, really, really quiet. So if I had customs to clear, I'd have gone in parking area there, walked over to the building. But I don't, so. I'm amazed how quiet it is. You have people out in that parking area marshalling you into spaces as well. So all we've got to do now is wait in this queue. Oh, he's running. I don't know why he's done that. He's parked in this truck on me right here. Now he's going to run over there. I don't know if he's got an import clearance to do, he's going to be right in the way there. But if he's just transit, or if he's just going to get tax, if you haven't got the box in the window and he's going to get tax, you can do it all at the window here. Don't know what he's doing. I don't think he knows what he's doing. Right, come back to you. Put it in gear. Let's see how we get on here. Yeah. All I did, well, you might have heard me mouth ever so slightly say the word Leah, but I did the universal, it's empty, hand gesture, and I just got a thumbs up there. That building over on the left, the brown building over on the left there behind the tree, is where all the customs offices are. It's where it is, if you're doing a border clearance, that's where your agent will be. That is a godforsaken place. It'd be really hot in there as well today. A lot of body odor in there today. This woman here, that guy that was running up with all his paperwork with his red eye vis on, she came over and gave me a right telling off. The Swiss are much more strict. I always find anyway, people might disagree, but the Swiss are much stricter than the Germans are. This fella in front of us is doing his tax. That's why he's taking a long time. I don't know if you noticed as well, on the back of his trailer it's got it's in 2 languages. He's got put plom here. Plom just means seal. It actually directly translates as lead, and it's a throwback to when they used to do the old lead seals and they'd crimp them. Everybody calls it, when you're abroad, everybody calls seals plom. She looks really angry. She looks really, really bad tempered. That gate on the right is if they catch you jumping the queue, that's where they kick you out. Right, let's see how we get on with this geezer here. He should be able to see that I've got tax machine in the window. He can. That's me done. Simple as that. They just take your word for it. 99 times out of 100, they'll just take your word for it that you're empty. But if you're not empty and they want to look in the back, you've got major, major problems here. Any Swiss border. These trucks on the left here in this parking area are in for inspection. So they found something they're not happy with when they've gone in to do the customs actually inside. Let this dude go. And they've pulled them in for inspection. And you need an exit pass to get out. I'm beginning to regret letting this fella out because he's not shaping himself, is he? Don't know. Somebody's crashed their BMW estate there, made a bit of a mess of it. Why is this fella going so slowly? Blew his horn at me. Don't worry, I'll get over it. When it's really, really, really busy coming the other way, they won't let you queue on the motorway. Not like they will on the German side. There's a big compound down here at left. You have to go in there. And then they give you a little ticket. You queue through there, they give you a little ticket when you leave, and you have to give that in when you get to the parking area up there to prove that you've been through it. And I've tried it. I've tried not going in, and when you get to the border, if you haven't got that ticket, they just turn you around and send you back. I've done it. thing about Switzerland is as well, they do not like us going through to go to Italy. If you're going to get an hard time off the Swiss authorities, it's along this A2. I'm going to go as well. Yeah, I can't believe how quiet that border was. I know it's the end of July, so it's really getting into holiday season. Like August over here is really, really quiet normally, but even so, that is, yeah. You would never expect that border to be that like that. This split here, the Mont motorway, let's get up here. Yeah, this split up here for the 18 Mont. See the signs below it for Muttons. Muttons is where the transport union used to be. Knocked it all down now, but that was the place everyone went in Switzerland. There were loads of customs agents there, there were a groupage place there. That was, you came through the border and you went and parked at the TU at Muttons. You go down there for Mont, and then there's a slip road off to the left. You split off and you pops you out on another road and you turn left, went into TU that way. But yeah, that's everybody used to go there. Anybody that's ever done any groupage for Switzerland in the 90s or early 2000s will tell you where the TU is. That's it now. Stay on here to Italy. This junction here at Pratteln, I always say Pratteln. Big building with Triago on the top of it. We're going to catch the edge of that. Yeah, the office block on the right hand side there. Next to it, the big red building, Planzas, which is a big transport company. Another load of clearing agents in there as well. You can park in there, but only if you're doing a customs clearance in there. I used to go in there most weeks to clear. Their yardman's really keen. If you haven't got paperwork in, he goes absolutely loopy at you for being in there. This is the services I mentioned earlier as well that I was going to go to, but the parking's really poor. So I didn't want to take a chance. There's good shopping here. I wanted to go to the shop, but I'm not going to stop just to go to the shop now. Parking's 3/4 empty there, but I used to say it would have been when I got here, you know what I mean? That DSV, well, Plans, it was DSV you used to go in there and clear with. In Planzas back there. They used to have a Brit working for him. I can't remember his name. His dad was a lorry driver, worked for Brit European. And when he started in the office there, you sort of think, oh, that'll be alright. A Brit in the office now, that might make things a bit easier for us. Absolutely the opposite. He was more belligerent and more hard work than any of the Swiss that were in there. Can't remember his name, but anyway, it doesn't matter. With a really good run from here, it should be 2 hours to Italy, but I won't get a good run. you've got a phobia about tunnels, Switzerland ain't the country for you. You do more time underground than you do over. I think the Gottard, which I'm going to go through in a bit, if it's not still the longest road tunnel in the world, it definitely was when it was built. I think it's about 15 kilometres long. There might be one in Japan that's longer than it now, I can't remember. But yeah, it's a long time anyway, you're in it for a long time. You compare it to the Mont Blanc, which is 10 kilometres long. I think Frasier's is 11 or 12 k's. Mont Blanc's 10. I'm pretty sure the Gottard is 15 k's long. I'm seeing a bit anyway. You don't have to pay a toll for it or anything. Well, no more than you're paying for driving in Switzerland. There's no toll booths or anything at the Gottard. It's just go up. There's traffic lights on it to sort of get your distance between the trucks inside the tunnel. But police are pretty keen up there as well. gets me that there's still snow on them mountains, but it's 29 degrees here. I don't know how that works. They all speak German here. But get up and through the Gottard, they'll all start speaking Italian. The controls open. Switch all my lights off. Horns off as well. Got to come off here and go and drive through, hopefully unmolested, but we will see. Guy in the little booth there making sure nobody cheats and drives off. Oh, I hope he's just got on the radio there. Was that about me? Or was that about someone else? One thing the Swiss are really good at is relieving you of your hard-earned money. That S on the right, see a truck go past us in a minute, that's essentially for Swiss registered trucks. You need the sticker as well, which he's got in his window, a red square sticker with a yellow S on it, and he gets to go around and you don't get treated the same as we do. Yeah, it was me you wanted.
Right side.
To the right side? Yeah. Well, we'll see. Come back to you. There's my man. Now, you can believe this or not. Honestly, I don't care. But I've just had, it's got to have been one of the most thorough controls I've ever had. So underneath, it was underneath the unit, it was underneath the trailer, all around tyres, did all my lights. My lights, because I have extra lights on this, we've got, you know, we've got fancy lights on it. But what I did was, I have switches to switch them all off. I have switches to switch my air horns off as well. So my normal horn blows when I blow my horn. So switched everything off as I've come in. So when I flash my lights, only my headlights flash. And none of my fancy lights are on. So, download the tacho, download the tacho head. He's downloaded the ECU from the truck. He's been through all of my paperwork. Absolutely everything. No problems at all. I'm supposed to be in this lane. I'm gonna go in this lane. Not over height, not over length. You sort of go, you think, I know I'm okay. But it's still worrying when you get a pull, and it's still nice to have that documentation now that I've had a thorough control in Switzerland. So yeah, it reassures you that you're doing everything right. So yeah, all good. Pleased with that. Yeah, made me day as that. Right. Carry on to Italy. This Italy video is very much about Switzerland at the minute, isn't it? I am on my way to Italy though. Put all my documentation away later on now. Oh, I'm just going to zip around this fella. Struggling here, isn't he? Little peak cab 420 that. Yeah, I always have. I've got like a folder like a leather document carrier with loads of little plastic folders in it, and I always have all my documentation in separate folders. And just think, when you get stopped and they come to you and they're asking for stuff, there's nothing worse than having a substitute cab. It's like, oh, I know it's somewhere, I know I've got this somewhere, and you know, you get your permit out of one drawer, your insurance is in a cupboard all screwed up, you know, it's not good. I do feel it conveys a certain level of professionalism when you can just hand them everything they've asked for straight away. Oh, you can see me. See the corner of me phone holder there, can't you? Move that. I moved that by Bluetooth then. Clever, these Scanias. So yeah, what you're looking at here as well doesn't do this country justice. The views are spectacular. Next obstacle is the Gottard, but we have nothing now to fear from being stopped at the Gottard. Well, nothing to fear anyway, because I know I'm not over height, I know I'm not over length, I know there's nothing wrong. But again, the way they go at you. But if there are police, etc., up at the Gottard, they won't be bothering me because I've got documentation to prove that I've been through the control down here. Just show them that and I'll be on my way. Enough scenery. Traffic lights here for Gottard Tunnel. I expected them to change back to red then. Great. Yeah, this is where they stop you if they've got control going up here. Here we go, it's nearly 17 kilometres long, that 16,942 metres long, nearly 17 k's. A long time to be underground, is that? I'm not going to film all 17 k's though, you're just going to have to take my word for it. other side. There's a waiting area as well down at the bottom of the hill. We all have to come off the motorway and go through, and I don't know if you saw that then, but they had a blue Scania pulled. A little control point there on the other side. In services at Bellinzona. I want to go to the shop if there's space. If there's no space, I'll stop in Italy. I said at the beginning this was going to be an Italy video, didn't I? But it seems to be very much a Switzerland video at the minute. So this is probably going to end up a Switzerland thing, and then do an Italy thing separate. Let's have a look in here. It's all dug up as well, isn't it? I don't think there's going to be any space in here. On pumps. I suppose I could have stopped there, couldn't I? But yeah, are you going to go from there? I don't fancy this. Oh well, look at that, like he was waiting for me. I'm gonna have to get out into this big bush here, but that's okay. Some shopping now. It seems that this week I've been doing no exercise and been eating whatever I want, so I bought a massive cake. this afternoon. I've got 2.5 hours driving left, so that'll get me down into, well, easily get me down into Italy, although according to Google there's a queue down here. But 2.5 hours, I mean I'm only half an hour away from the border here. So it'll get me into Italy and down into Italy a bit as well. So then I can hopefully get loaded tomorrow. We'll see. I've got somewhere in mind for parking tonight in Italy. The border is here. 38 k's. Right. So this is the border. You keep right and go into that mess in there. If you've got any customs to do. I haven't, so. These lot I've had to run in and do the Swiss tax. Which I don't have to do. That's it. Told you I was going to Italy. This is a good place to stop as well, Xanthia. Everybody rattles on about Chiasso, but Chiasso is a bit rubbish. If I was down here for the weekend, I'd be going to Xanthia. So it's now the following day. Keep left. I don't want to keep left though, I want to go right. Now we have to loop round. Oh, I wonder if they're going to send us all the way down to the next junction to turn around and come back. That's no good. On my way home now. We'll see where this diversion takes me. Well, this diversion, I should have remembered. Tell you what, to change the subject completely, I was once up near Como and I saw a guy, I was queuing going the other way, and there was a guy very similar to that, cycling down the road, and a lad in a Fiat Panda running the back of him. He was on his phone. A lad in a Fiat Panda running back of him. He must have been doing 50 kilometres an hour when he hit this cyclist. Just ran straight up the arse of him, knocked him over the roof of his own car, didn't stop, just left this poor bloke in a big heap at the side of the road. I was the only one that got out as well to see if he was okay. I mean, he wasn't okay, you know what I mean? He was knocked about. He was all right. He was up and about, but he was knocked about a fair bit like it. But yeah, I was the only one that got out as well. Everybody else just sat there looking at him like impassively. And I thought, I've got to go out and see if he's alright. Yeah, he didn't half clatter him. Yeah, didn't stop. Just carried on about his day. Carabinieri. Yeah, this diversion is costing me some time. And it's time I haven't got. I'm sneaking sort of across a national here as well. I'm not following the diversion as it should be followed. So you've got to go all the way down to Turin. It's stupid really. I'm just sneaking across a bit of a national to cut the corner off. To rejoin the motorway here. No weight limits on or anything, which does make a change for me. I don't mind a weight limit. The rule on weight limits, a lad told me this 25 years ago and I've never forgotten it. It's, if it's 7.5 ton, they don't want you there. They just don't want you there. If it's a 3.5 ton weight limit, they really mean it. So essentially, Aosta. Yeah, essentially, if it's 7.5 ton, just go for it. If it's 3.5 ton, that's a different story. Did we just see a reflection of the truck in that toll booth? We might have done. I'm not going to edit it out. So don't put it in the comments thinking you're being clever, as people do. Had a guy in my last Sweden video saying, did I hear you right there? You're saying that you're bored of making videos? Well, just don't make them then. Like, no, you didn't hear me right, mate. So like, yeah, clean your ears out, switch your brain on, and listen to what I actually said before you comment. I just deleted his comment. I have no time for it anymore. You put a comment on any of my videos that I don't like, and I don't even need a reason not to like it. Don't even, yeah, I'll just delete it. I'll just delete it and block you from ever commenting on any other video again. It takes a second to do. Decided life is too short to argue with morons. More than happy to deal with complaints face to face. But generally people don't want to come up with complaints when they're face to face. Although, tell you something else here as well. I was once on the train, I was on the bus, and you know, I'm not going to say the company name. I did a video, I deleted it because it was copyright infringement about how the European transport industry works from a driver's perspective. And I sort of made reference to a well-known company that now doesn't operate. They've ceased trading for the most part. And I used them as an example of how you're treated as a driver. Not everywhere, but a lot of places, how they treat drivers on European transport. And how you go on social media and be all these hangers on going, oh, you're so fantastic, it must be amazing working for you. And yeah, the reality is very, I can't stress it enough, very, very different if you actually go and work there. And lots and lots and lots of people found out. They must have had the highest turnover of drivers of any company. Yeah. Certainly that I know of, from the outside looking in. And one of their drivers confronted me about it. He said, we've watched your video. I'm like, all right, okay, yeah, we know you were talking about us. I said, right, okay. And he sat there quiet for a minute, so I thought, oh, all right then. I said, so go on then, tell me I'm wrong. He went, well, you were wrong about the money. We're on more money than that. I said, right, okay. Right, you might have been on a bit more money than I mentioned. What else was I wrong about? And he sat there with a face like a petulant child, and he folded his arms. It was really comical the way he did it. He folded his arms and went, nothing. Right, okay. Yeah, weren't wrong about anything else. But I then sat with him on the train and we did have a conversation. We had a conversation about another YouTube driver, to be honest. Yeah, so yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm totally like proper into this now, aren't I? I'm totally, I say lost interest, because it's not the right way of putting it, but I don't care anymore what people think of the videos. I do these just to show people who've never been what it's like. And I like that aspect of it. A lot of drivers take offence at these videos because they think I'm trying to make instructional videos about how to do things, and that's not the case at all. Couldn't be further from the truth. And if you think that, you are completely wrong. You couldn't be more wrong. It's not what it's for. Just trying to show people who've never been that it is doable, it's easy, and if someone like me can do it, anyone can do it. Yeah, I'm not trying to be popular, not trying to make money out of them. What you make in ad revenue with the amount of views I get, it ain't worth having. It ain't worth them either for the money alone, because you don't make a great deal of money with the amount of views that I get. So yeah, there you go. here. There's a peage. And we go through that peage. And immediately have to split off to the right to go through the regulation area. I've covered this before, what we have to do here. But I know loads of people, I mean loads of people I've spoken to have made this mistake of not going in here. You often find these Italian peages, this one's got a barrier at the end of it, but you often find that the barrier's missing on a lot of them, and that's normally because some mad Italian's been through there at limiter 90 kilometers an hour and the barrier's not made it up in time and he's wiped it out. It's dead common. So that's the last peage in Italy. No more peages after that. You have to come off here at Aosta. This is something I always tell people about, is this speed hump here, because it just looks like a yellow box painted on the floor from a distance, but I'll tell you, it ain't. You hit that thing going at a fair rate and you'll feel like you've driven over a landmine. Trust me, I know. I was talking to Tom on the phone. He was down here last time he was down here, and he was driving in here, and I said, don't worry, they never ever queue there, just, yeah, drive straight through, get a ticket and get on your way. And he drove in here and he was parked in here for about 6 hours because there was an accident in the Blanc and they'd shut it all. So I proper jinxed him with that. See, all these lanes are for waiting in. If there is an issue up the hill, all these lanes is where you all queue. I've covered this before. Get me ticket off the man. Oh. That's it. Don't lose that. Put that somewhere safe. Yeah, the old Italian then, fluent. Put that there. We can't get lost. Because if you, I know loads of people have covered this, I've covered it in the past, and I know I've already said I'm not trying to make instructional videos for other drivers, but don't drive past there. Same on the other side, don't drive past Passy Lafayette on the other side, because you will get up to the top of that hill and you'll get to the toll booth and they will ask you for the ticket that you should have got here. And when you say you haven't got it, they won't let you through. You'll turn around and and drive back down to get one. And it's a long way. I always wear my seatbelt as well. When I'm abroad, I know you should wear your seatbelt all the time, but I always wear my seatbelt when I'm abroad. Because they're so keen on it. Especially like France. France have a big thing about it. And I know loads and loads of people who don't, and they'll put the seatbelt like round the back of the seat and clip it in, or they'll just pull it across the seat, clip it in, and then sit on the seatbelt. That's going to cost you money, that. At some point, that's going to cost you money. It was, I think it was 2008. I was on my way down to Switzerland. I was in France, between Metz and Strasbourg, services called Castel, and a police van drove past. Didn't have my seatbelt on. I never wore it then, never wore it. And a police van drove past, and the passenger looked, like swiveled in his seat, looked back, seen I didn't have my seatbelt on, they drifted in front of me, pulled me in services at Castel. And then they went through everything, and they found two really minor taco offences I didn't even know I'd done. And they did me for both taco offences. They did me €90 for my seatbelt. So the whole not wearing my seatbelt that day cost me €350. So ever since then, just worn my seatbelt. And I've had the same procedure done to me as well, where police will drive past, passenger will swivel around, see you've got your seatbelt on, and they just drive off. German bloke up here in the black BMW, it's like 3 vehicles in front, has been causing chaos coming up here. Through the roadworks there's been variable speed limits, and he has been, so say it's 30k limit now, he's doing 25k's there, and in the 50k's he's been doing 40, 45, and it's been like kilometres of it, where tunnels have been closed and lanes have been closed in the tunnels. A bloke in a Mini earlier on nearly ran in the back of him. Really close to running in the back of him. Because he braked from 60 to 40. Well, there was a 60 to 40 drop in the limit, and he braked from about 50 down to about, he must have been 25k's. Only the Germans could be so stupid and pedantic. Anyway, it says bus and TIR. TIR means trucks. A really good view down here to the left, straight down the valley. My method of payment card and my ticket from earlier. Let's get up here and pay this toll. I think we might be getting caught up in a fridge escort convoy thing here. Yeah, we are. The fridges are going. So when you come up here with a fridge trailer, you have to be escorted through the tunnel. You have to go around where it says Frigo on the floor there, on the right, just after that crossing. You have to go around there and just park up. You don't have to do anything, they'll come and get you. Oh no, one of S's has been for a coffee. Oh no. Now they're sat there. Oh, I don't know what's going on over there. S's is trying to get back in his truck without spilling his brew. Everybody else is trying to go around him and they won't let him. And he's on his way now. It's all happening over there. Shame you can't see it. Yeah, they say that you're over width with a fridge on. You have to have an escort through. You don't at Frasier's, but you do at the Mont Blanc. So it's a joke, really. It's just a big scam, I think. Right, they've gone. Yeah, it's dead easy though. You just go around there and park in this parking area right and just wait. And when there's enough of you, they'll come and get you. That's it. A load of cars go now. There's a barrier just up round here. Where that, if you can make it out, that red trailer is. It'll be up at the barrier. And they just let one truck go through at a time, just to give you your spacing. Your 150 metres in the tunnel. Keep two blue lights apart. I'm going to leave it running, the camera, because we'll be through in a minute, and just capture going into the Blanc. 11.6 k's it is. What did I say it was yesterday? 10 k's. It's 11.6 k's long. So what's that? 5 kilometers shorter than the Gottard. Yeah, it don't much change up here. This parking area on the right, where it says for frigos. Where's your man going? Yeah, you cannot just go and park in there. That is not for general parking. That is only for waiting for fridges. You can park on the other side where the fire station is there. You can park in them spots. When you come out of the tunnel, but going in from this side you can't park. Just going to move up a bit. There you go. I've moved up a bit. And we're off. That was a Vauxhall Carlton there, wasn't it? Here we go. What you've got to try and do when you're in this tunnel is try not to think of the fire that they had in here, where it got so hot that it melted the concrete off the walls, and all them people that died in here. Just try not to think about that, and keep two blue lights apart, and don't go faster than 70 kilometers an hour. No matter, even if there is an Italian fella in a 4 Series Scania 2 inches from back of your trailer, don't go faster than 70 kilometers an hour. They are really keen. I always set my cruise control. There you go, Mont Blanc. I've heard all sorts of silliness as well about this tunnel. Oh, you have to keep in the middle so you don't scrape the side of the tunnel, and all sorts of silly stories. It's absolute nonsense. That's it. You go in one end in Italy and you come out the other end in France. You can't park here either, in these spots. They'll be out and on you. Popular going the other way, innit? Really popular. I wonder if they're making trucks queue at Lafayette because of this. Keeping them in the holding area at the bottom here. It's where the monument is here on the left hand side to the people that were killed in that tunnel fire. Yeah, this is a big queue. It's all the cars that are causing this. A few Brits in with all them lot. Seen loads of British trucks going the other way today. Is this the end of the queue? This is where your Scania retard is really good. Stuff like this. Scania engine braking. No, that wasn't the end of the queue. I'd be really surprised if passing Lafayette isn't open and operational. I'm beginning to worry about memory on my phone again here. I edit these, sort of put it all together in iMovie is all I use for it. But when iMovie compiles it into one like long video, I have then to save that video onto my phone before I can upload it, and that requires a huge amount of memory. I don't know why it takes so much memory to save it onto my phone, but pretty much it won't do this. So I'm going to have to airdrop it onto my iPad and hope that there's enough memory on my iPad to save it as a video on there, and then I can upload it. Other than that, this is going to have to be in 2 halves. But here's my intention to make one long video here, a very long video. I should really stop filming now, shouldn't I? Because it's not a French video, is it? Although it wasn't a Swiss video, and that didn't stop me there, did it? Keep going for a bit. Get through this bit here and we'll call it a day. For the 2 of you that are still watching. Isn't really my favourite area of... I like France. It's alright around here. It's not my favourite area of France, but it's nice enough. But France, after Lyon, heading south down towards the Med, you can keep it. Hate it. And on that Mediterranean coast, like Nice and Marseille, oh God, if I never went there again, I wouldn't be bothered. I once got stuck in Nice, trying to take... It was an old, a really old, valuable Jaguar to meet a guy at a hotel in the centre of Nice, and the police stopped me going in and asked me, because I was already in a weight limit, and asked me where I was going. So I showed them what I was doing, showed them the address, and showed them the car, because that always helps as well. You know, you got a car on that's worth a couple of £1,000,000, especially if you've got a few cars that are worth a couple of £1,000,000 a piece. Always greases the wheels. So I said, you know, I'm trying to take this to this address. Oh yeah, follow me. And he took me down to this satellite. I was getting narrower and narrower going into Nice. I got to this set of lights and he turned left. Nope, nowhere, couldn't get round. Attempted to get around the corner just to prove that I couldn't. Oh, it was a mess. They had to get more police out, shut the road behind me so I could reverse back the way I'd come. He drove me the wrong way down a one-way street, took me into the port area, through the port, out the other side. Oh, it was a nightmare. Yeah, anywhere down there, and all the way down there to Spain along that Med coast. No, it ain't for me. From Ventimiglia down to Largencara, you can keep it. Keeping this going because there's a bit down here I want to film. And Monaco as well. I used to go into Monaco all the time when I was at cars. That is another place. If I never went there again, that's fine by me. This clip is 14 minutes long. Is anybody still watching? Someone will be. Coming down here should be a whole video just in itself, shouldn't it? Somebody's set fire to the speed camera there. This is going to take some memory to upload this, isn't it? Here we go, we're getting into a good bit now. then that is definitely going to be it. So this 16.5 minute clip really is really about this bit. So this is called the Wall of Death. And if you look at the drop, if it comes out on camera, you look at the drop there, you can see why. Over to the right, you'd have got a glimpse of it then, is the road going up, referred to by your British lorry driver as the stilts. And yeah, it's obvious why it's called that as well when you look at it. Problem is, it's a hell of a drop. It's not that this hill is so steep, it's just that you're descending for such a long time. So you've got to be careful. If you're on the brakes all the time, then that's going to put a lot of heat in them. Even with modern brakes, it's a lot for them to take. This one clip is 19 minutes long. I may have gone too far here with the 19-minute clip. We'll see. If anybody's still watching this, you've got to comment. If you've stuck it out this far, you have got to comment now to say that you've watched it till the end. That is it. 19 minutes is enough. I am going.